Hello class 7 student. Today I am going to start a new lesson from social science, that is the state government from political science. So we all are acquainted about the state government. Precisely, we know that there are three types of government. At the center there is a central government, and each and every state there is a state government, and above all these things, in every localities we do have local government, which we term as municipality, town committee, panchayats in the rural area. So let's start. You see, our India is a democratic country, and like all other democratic government, the state government also consists of three branches. These three branches are also called as the organs of the constitutions. Without these organs of the constitutions, the function of the government cannot be run smoothly. So why these branches are called as organs? As for example, if you take the organs of our human body, like the heart, the liver, the lungs, each and every parts of the body used to function accordingly to maintain the body, and the body is living in this way. And any one of the part is removed from the body, then that living creature would not live his life. So in this way, in the constitution there are three branches, and these branches are also regarded as the organs of the constitution: the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. So the system of the government runs by these three branches. So if from these branches any of the branch is removed, any of the branch stop functioning, then the government would not be able to run smoothly for the betterment of the society. Now, what are these three branches? These three branches are the legislature, the executive, and the judiciary. So in a state government we are having three branches: the executive, legislature, and the judiciary. So in a small sense, what is legislature? Legislature is that body which make laws. You have seen in a parliament, some peoples are there, some of the members are there, who are elected by the people through election, by casting voting, and these people represents their constitution, represent their locality, represent his people to the parliament and suggest for making the laws. So these legislature make the laws and governs the state, and these laws are given to the authority, perfect authority, that is the administration. And then they later come the executive. Who are the executive? The executive is that body which implement the laws. The legislature will make the law and give to the executive, and the executive will implement the laws. So finally judiciary left. So judiciary ensures that the laws are protected, that the interests of the people are protected. Whenever a law is enacted, that law always take care for the benefit of the society, for the benefit of the people, wherever it is necessary. And whenever the benefit of the people are destroyed, then the judiciary come to protect. Judiciary ensures the protection of the people. So now you understand, the executive has the people who are the representatives of the people of the society, and we the common people used to elect this representative and send to the parliament, the legislature. and this legislature, the people, the body of the legislature would take the initiatives for making the laws, and the laws will be executed. So who will execute the law? In the later chapter we will discuss. Basically, precisely, I want to tell that whenever a law is passed in the legislature, it is not a law. That law is regarded as the bill at the initial state, and after the bill is passed in the legislature, it will go to the executive, and here the executive stays with the executive power, stays with the prime minister and also to the president, and when the president will sign the documents, that bill, it will become the law.
Order, 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 order.
So the legislature and executive. The next one is that judiciary. So what is the judiciary? Judiciary is that body who used to ensure and protect the laws, and they will check wherever the laws is being violated by someone, and thereby it will be given by the punishment to that people. So who will give the punishment? Of course, in judiciary there are bodies. Okay, and in that body there is very respectable job is there in judiciary, which we term as the people who are engaged in the court. These people are named as magistrate, judges. So we need to be afraid of this kind of judges. Yes, it is very hard to express, because whenever they will say you will be hanged till death, 6-7 years of imprisonment. Now understood? Okay, चोरी करेगा 7 साल को जाएगा, मर्डर करेगा पूरा लाइफ टाइम जाएगा, खत्म, बर्बाद. Where to go? Directly to the prison. Okay, inside the prison we have to stay. So whenever we are violating the law, एक बार करके देखो, टेस्ट मिल जाएगा. So now let's discuss about the legislature in detail. So what is the legislature that we define here? A country needs a government, okay, to guard it, and so a good law is necessary to help the government. Without the law, the country cannot rule over it. So first of all, a guide is necessary. As far as the example in your textbook, an example is given regarding driving a car. A car needs a driver. There are brakes, there are steerings. The car is moving at a precise speed. When the speed is necessary, the driver put more pressure into the pedal of the accelerator, giving more race to the car. The car will move faster. Whenever there is someone coming in front of it, something coming in front of the car, then the driver would push the brake. Or whenever the road turns in left-right direction, there is steering, and the steering should be rotated. These are the guidance that has been given to the car. So think that car is the country, and the driver who is driving is that person who used to govern the administration, govern the country. But the driver needs some mechanism to rule, to guide the car to move in a good path, to a correct path. So that implements that steering, the pedal brake, the pedal accelerations, whatever it is, these are the implements, these are the tools, and these tools can be compared to the laws that are given to the legislature. So when the government is to function properly, then the legislature is there to make the laws for the government, to help the government do this, to make laws. And we need a body which is empowered to make the government, so the body is called the legislature. In some states, the legislature consists of 2 houses. Remember that we are determining the state legislature. We are discussing about the state legislature. Remember that one. Now, as a state government, we know that the executive is there, legislature is there, judiciary is there. Okay, the central government is different, and we are discussing about the state government in this chapter. In this chapter, we are discussing the state government. So, in the state government, we are having two types of houses, that is Vidhan Sabha and a Vidhan Parishad. In some states there are two types of houses, Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad. Okay, so in those states, however, the state legislature consists of only the Vidhan Sabha, that is the like Assam, a smaller state comparatively, so it has a Vidhan Sabha. Legislature that consists of two houses are called bicameral legislature. Bi means two, cameral means two types of legislature. Okay, and those having one type of legislature, it is called as unicameral legislature, or wholly having one legislature. Remember that one. Vidhan Sabha and Vidhan Parishad, there are two types of legislature, two houses are there, and whenever there is a Vidhan Sabha consists of only the Vidhan Sabha, it is called as unicameral, and when there is two houses are there, we call as bicameral legislature. So let's discuss about Vidhan Parishad. So Vidhan Parishad is the only legislative council in the upper house of the assembly, that is the state legislature. The tenure of the member of the Vidhan Parishad is 6 years, 1 year more. Remember that one. 6 years. Every 2 years, 1/3 of the members retired and fresh ones are elected. So for the security reason, for the safety, for the better functioning of the government or the state legislature, this is done. Okay. Some are removed and some are elected. Okay. So some members of the Vidhan Parishads are indirectly elected by the members of the legislature assembly, that is the MLA, member of legislative assembly. Some by local bodies, some by high school teachers, graduates, etc. So the educated class of the country is also given the opportunity for the election, for the selections of the representative, for better functioning of the legislature. Some members are nominated by the governor. The governor used to nominate, and definitely the governor will need the recommendations of certain bodies for electing, for selecting the, for nominating the members from young people who have distinguished themselves in different fields like arts, literature, social works, and so on. So here you will understand that in Vidhan Parishad, there are expert people who used to govern the state. So in this way, we can believe, we can have faith in the governing bodies of the society, of the government, that these people are working hard with their precise knowledge, with their education, with their qualification to run the government smoothly. And it is because of India is one of the successful democracy in the world. So this is the part of the lesson that I have discussed today. In the next part we will continue. Okay, there are some other things are there. So always remember that you need to watch this video. So the video is necessary, and watching this video is necessary, and whenever you watch the video, try to understand, take the textbook together and see the terms that I have mentioned in the book. It will help you, and whenever you have not understood any part in the book, you underline it and you ask me in the WhatsApp, in the group, or whatever, in personally. It will help you to clarify your doubts. So always I am asking, and I am giving you time after uploading a video for your question, that you can clear that part. Okay, so always remember, the consecutive videos that I am going to give you is very important in this chapter, and definitely I am not going to give you the answers, and those answers will be the homework. After ending of the videos, after finishing the videos, all the videos of this chapter, you need to write the answers of this chapter, all the answers of the chapter, not a single answers I am going to give you. So you need to understand, and you will submit the homework, not now, after I finish the chapters. So thank you.